Dear Bree, when mommy told me I was gonna be a dad, I was overjoyed. I was glad. But then I wondered, will I be bad? Will I be a rerun of the past? And I started to feel sad. Then she looked at me and said, "You're gonna be great." Then I started thinking, I can't wait. I started thinking of pics I would take and poems I would write. I started thinking about taking classes and visiting pregnancy websites. I'ma make you proud. I'ma make you happy. I'ma try my best to be the world's best daddy. Then life and reality hit. Then I felt crappy. Imagine falling asleep while feeding the baby. Loving baby songs till they're driving me crazy. Wanting to sleep and walking to sleep and walking and sleeping and walking and talking and sleep. Imagine missing the first word, missing the first step, missing many firsts. You wouldn't know how much this hurts. Working to make ends meet and working to buy toiletries and meat and missing the first steps from their feet. Imagine snapping at them when all they did was cry and no matter what we did we couldn't find out why. Why the baby a bawl like we are making them die? Seeing the neighbors and can't even say hi. Feeling like a real horrible guy. Imagine taking the baby out the car seat and wondering what feels so wet, only to see feces up to the back of their necks. When mommy told me I'm gonna be a dad, I was overjoyed, but then a part of me was sad. Welcome back to Stuff from the Cuffs. It's Brian here, and guess what? We're almost at Father's Day, and persons have been asking me, when you're going to your individual piece. So here I am, and I'm going to talk a little bit about from bad to badder. Becoming a dad to becoming a dad again. It's something I used to write on Facebook, and I'm going to just bring a lot of that to the screen and share what it was like for me becoming a father. So first things first, see? I got this for my first Father's Day. Like, yeah, you're supposed to can see it good, right? If you can't see it good, then I'm gonna show it again. I'm gonna actually have to do some B-rolls of it. So it was back in 2016 when B.A.D.A was born, and it's basically a compilation of shots with me and her. Now, if you look closely, there are a lot of pictures here. And the reason there are a lot of pictures is because for a lot of her first 2 years, for most of her first 2 years on this earth, we didn't get to spend a lot of time together. So whenever we were together, I'm gonna take a crazy amount of pictures. Before we get there, I remember when Babe told me that we were pregnant. I don't remember what I was doing or if it was when I came home, but she gave me a teddy bear that said, I think world's best dad or an amazing father or something, had a little bib. And she gave me, and she was excited, and I was like, I do it, Dolly. And I read what was on it, and I was like, what does this mean? And she was like, world's best daddy. I was like, what does this mean? And she was like, what do you think it means? And I was like, pregnant. And she said, no, Basilia. And a wave of emotions hit me. So the first one was joy, and I hugged her, I grabbed her, and I decided to pray. I prayed for the unborn child. I prayed for our union. You always hear that you should rejoice when somebody leaves this miserable earth, and mourn when somebody has to come into it, because it's the beginning of sorrows. And a wave of emotions hit me because I started thinking about myself as a father. I started thinking about what fatherhood meant. And I started thinking about some of the struggles I had after my father left us to go overseas to make things better for us. And I remember that it wasn't for lack of training. It wasn't for lack of training, because for me, I had a niece and I had 10 or 9 godchildren. So in all, I had 10 kids that I had actively been helping to care for. So 10 children that I had actively been helping to care for in different ways. Some were closer than the others, but I was there in any way I could be. And if I was called at any time, I would have been there for 10 children. So I had a lot of practice. I always had kids. And my brethren them used to say, if I wanted to weigh them use for be good with the ladies, because I always have a kids, I know ladies generally love the kids. But it wasn't for lack of practice. But the realities started to come before me, because again, I've said it before, it's some old fashioned, and I started to think about the provider that I needed to be. I started thinking about the reality that we never have no money at the time, and the fears started to creep in. So my initial response was joy, then prayer, but then the reality that I was faced with hit me. And I started thinking how I could save, what I needed to do, all the things that I needed to put into place, before even thinking about the baby actually reaching. We have 9 months ahead of us where it's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take planning for hospital bills, it's going to take Lama's classes, it's going to take, I started like thinking it all through. And again, just like with our story with the wedding and the marriage, I allowed Bass to deal with more of the wedding stuff, and I focused more on the marriage and the house and the different things. It's the same thing for me. Like, she was excited about the pregnancy, and she started looking into taking Natel and other medications and other supplements that she needed, and milk and all of these things that she needed to take care of herself and the growing baby, while I was thinking about what happens when we get to a point of 8 months forward. Baby can come, hospital bill, and trust me, when you look at some of the realities in our healthcare sector, we decided to go private, so that bill was like, yeah. But anyway, so throughout the whole journey, I did my best to be there as much as I could. I started caring for the baby through Basilia in different ways. She was now eating for 2, her whole life changed. She was growing up human inside of her. And I don't know if we understand how remarkable that is sometimes, but watching her and going through the process with her, like, opened my eyes to a lot. Even though I had the practice with 10, your own makes a world of a difference. I spoke to that baby a lot in the womb. I prayed. I made sure that the baby would know my voice, so I spoke like in different intonations, and I sang. I just spoke over that child. You're blessed, you're highly favored, you're more than a conqueror, you're smart, you're beautiful. All of that time, we didn't know if it was going to be a boy or a girl. It was not till later. And, again, I catered to the baby, and I cater to the baby mother, of course. And so I thought, this spoiled boss, maybe that's spoiled boss. I'm gonna do everything for her. Carry her bag, make sure she knows how to drive, do all of the driving, make sure she have food, you know, and I starve myself to make sure she eat, because I would give up some of my vitamins or my supplements to make sure she got hers. And when we started going to the doctor, it was such an amazing thing. I remember the first time, you know, I think the first time they would say, then it looked like two or something like that. Must had twins in our family, and now, Lord, that thought was a scary thought, because oh, we're gonna take care of two Whitney. That's all in my mind, and she used to run joke about it sometimes, and she laugh and thing, but in my head, like, oh, two Whitney. Same time. Again, remember I prayed, but when the reality hit, I lost sight of all that I prayed about. Flash forward. Coming out to tell the whole story, because it'll take forever. Flash forward or fast forward, whichever you prefer. We found out that it was a girl. First time I heard that heartbeat, I don't even know what to think. I was just such in awe and so enamored by what I couldn't see but I could hear. And the baby heart rate was like, and I was like concerned because, alright, why the baby heart beat so fast? Of course the doctors explained that it's normal, so I was alright, a bit calmer. The truth is, I think the first time I heard that, I actually started thinking about my mom, who had done heart surgery. And I remember when my niece was younger, that they had said that she had a heart issue. So I started thinking about, what if I had passed all of this to my child, to our child? And that weighed on me a lot. The provision wasn't at a point where I was satisfied. Boss would tell me it's fine, I was gonna be okay, and you know, I would be like, yeah man, I know. But what was going on inside? Turmoil, fears. I had to talk to myself a whole lot. God is gonna help you through this. You're gonna be a good dad. You're gonna be a great dad. People used to see me and say, oh, they're excited and they know that they can't wait. Psh, you have this luck and the other. And it reminded me of when people used to say, when CXC came around, that psh, you have a pass and mash it up, and I barely made it through. I remember when my dad left to go overseas, he aimed to get things better for us. And while it helped financially, not having him there really took a toll on me. And there were so many things in my life that I believe that if he was here, I would have been better at them. I would have gotten my license earlier, I would have gotten this, I would have gotten that. All the relationship that we had would have helped me to become a better man. And I remember saying that if I get to a point where I have children, that it's not happen. You're not going to make that happen. You're not going to go. You're going to make sure they're there. And there were times when I resented my father for it. I couldn't see his effort to make things better, leading him away from us, versus him staying in the struggle with us. When I started now preparing for the baby, all of that came back to me. Would I be present, or would I be just so focused on presence? And I made a conscious effort to be there every step of the way with Boss. But as work would have it, or life would have it, I missed a lot. So a lot of times she would send me videos of movements in her belly. A lot of times she would send me videos of her swollen feet. Like Basilia was the most excited baby mother, and she's probably today the most excited baby mother ever. Babe, babe, my feet are swollen. Yeah. Babe, babe, oh my god, look at my belly. Babe, look at my face fat. Oh my god, babe, oh gosh, I have some pain. What? Babe, I feel baby I tear on the side. Like, people couldn't understand it. But her being that way really made me excited about the whole process. And even sometimes I was like not there, she made sure that I got all the videos. I got WhatsApp videos, WhatsApp calls, video calls. I was there still. I think even sometimes like she went to the doctor and I couldn't have been there. Like she would make sure I'm on the phone and getting all of the sounds and the sights. We found out we're having a girl. And of course, like the amount of people express disappointment. You know, say you go again because you need a son. Girl first, you should. No man, you have to go again. No man, you're weak. You're soft as all that, you're back weak. Okay. Whatever you say. But yeah, I mean Basilia is more I try to be a lot more calm and objective. Basilia wasn't so calm and objective with some of them still, but for me, I just be like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I just want a happy, bouncing, well, strong, healthy baby. Most of my friends over my years have been female. Most of my godchildren are female. I think I have 2 boys in the mix. So I guess I attracted the females. Mommy had 2 boys, so we have 2 girls. But yeah, Mommy was excited too, as I mentioned. Mommy and Daddy was excited, my brother was excited, everybody was excited. And I was excited, but there were concerns. Never make everybody know. Of course, I do my little research, find out a lot about girls. Babycenter.com boss sent me a lot of stuff about Baby Center, and I was reading. I did my own little research. Like I would talk to people who have, my friends who had girls, and I said, what's it like growing girls? And you know, talk to them. And yeah, because even though I had the godchildren, a day or 2, a night or 2, weekends, but for life. I remember even asking people, just some of my closest friends, to remind me, when you come on to wipe, you know this thing go from front to back, right? From front to back, never back to front, right? Even some simple little things like that. Talk to Bass about it, like, babe, remind me. Yeah. Girls are strong, amazing, awesome. But for me, this is gonna be my flaw. And I want to treasure her and just, you know, protect her against everything. Anyway, so guys, yeah, bam, fast forward. When we came up with the name Bria Marie Maya Cuff, beautiful pearl of honor and strength. My mom's initials are BMC, my initials are BMC, so our girls' initials are BMCs. It's more Basilica in the name, and based on the meaning and, you know, putting her to God and all that and praying over her, was me just saying, yeah, I like that one. I started calling the baby by name when I'm talking to her now and all of that. Preparing the baby's room, that was a joy of mine. Like, yeah, prepare baby room, put in the crib and put up different things. But I didn't get a chance to do it with this baby because I was at work. And when I would come in from Kingston to Mandeville in the nights, sometimes 12 o'clock, come in, Bass fast asleep, or if she managed to wake up, come in, lay down, hug her up, sleep, 4 o'clock in the morning, get up, back to work. And it wasn't really until the weekends we got to spend time together. So I thank God for her parents. Oh my God. Bria and them are like so close even now. Like sometimes in the night them she just cries, she miss them because they were always there. I really appreciate all that they did. and they continue to do. So yeah, when it was near time for her to be born, I remember because we had two homes, Mandeville and Spanish Town, I was preparing a little thing. I remember trying to do a little thing for surprise was in Spanish Town. So I was preparing that baby's room in Spanish Town, which is our room, but making it baby friendly. So I was putting in smoke detector, install a crib, put up the net, and I was making the baby's area really prepared as best as I can. So, quick story. So when it was time to get a crib, we had to get two because we're in two locations. So got one from Mandeville and needed one in Kingston, in Spanish Town. And one of our friends told us that there was this lady who was selling a crib. That is a crib. Alright, she just told us a crib. So we went and looked at it. The lady was so welcoming and so, we got that crib for same day. Like, I don't remember how much we spent, but it was a deal. And that crib is a Sealy Posturepedic mattress it comes with. And it comes with, it's a bed, it's a crib that can become a bed. And it was just awesome. We have it to this day. Bella use it now. But remember, I was afraid at certain times. But throughout this whole process, when I see God making a way after way after way after way after way, it was amazing. What was the first thing I did after we found out? I prayed. And the prayer was watered through faith, through time. And initially it was yielding fruit. When Bass called me that day, April 4, 2016, she called me and she said, babe, eat this, you know. So I just put up a smoke detector in the room and she said, I heard me soon come. And she said, hurry up. And I said, hey man, now before I reach that Spanish Town, Mandeville. I just put up a smoke detector and I said, I come now. I never have nothing else to do. About 6 or 7 times I look on the smoke detector and make sure it's alright. Nerves, excitement. But after, I said, remember to breathe, babe. I tell her all of that time, I said, babe, I'm coming, hold out, I'm coming to hold you. I think it was on the way when she called me back and she was crying and she told me that the doctor said, we have to do a C-section. I don't know how I felt, but I knew that, alright, if God brings us to this, He brings us through. Got to the hospital. Again, Bass was the most excited baby mother ever. Like, she in the people in place. I walk around and I show her belly. I take her picture and she's excited. Oh, baby, that was a contraction. Okay. The last contraction she had, the nurses said that she was 5 centimeters dilated, so that is like halfway there or almost there. And they were going to take her in. So I said, alright, I'll just be outside waiting. Before the baby was born, I had a dream. Watching her leave, all of that came back to me. And I started to pray. And I messaged the persons and I tell them, she's going in now, pray. Waited and waited and waited and waited. And the doctors took this beautiful little girl to me. Oh my God, I was so excited. Oh, she was so tiny. She was big but tiny. I guess because I'm a 6'1". her and I just started telling her, hi, this is daddy, you're beautiful, you're smart. Repeating all of the things that I used to say to her so that she know that this is me. And she was just so comfortable in my arms. She wasn't even crying or anything. And they gave me a syringe full of some formula and I gave her her first feed. I gave her her first feed. That's why she's my best friend. But yeah, and I had her. And I asked her, is mommy? And they said, mommy soon come out. She's still under the medication, she soon come. She have to wait until she comes out on her own and all that. Just waiting. Eventually they wheeled mommy out and I went and make sure she see me and hold her hand and smile and tell her, and she asked, where's the baby? And I think I remember the doctors gave the baby to me and I gave to her and put her right beside her, and just an awesome feeling, an awesome moment. And I think knowing Bass she did cry. I was just so happy to have her and to have the both of them. Video long now, so me fast forward. Got a couple of days off and I did all that I could do now. Guys, ladies, C-section is no joke. A lot of people criticize C-section mothers and say, oh, it's not real motherhood or them never really push, it's not real labor. But only for foolishness. Birth, the whole process from conception to baby born, beautiful thing. Rough, but it's a beautiful thing. So kudos to every mother out there, whether C-sec or vaginal. And she couldn't do nothing for herself basically after that surgery. I think because of that I got a little more time from work too, because they understood. And I was there as daddy and as husband, every beck and call, as much as I could possibly be. I never want her to do nothing. I wash, cook, clean, change baby, take the night shift them in at the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Yeah, only on my Facebook writings at them time. It was crazy. Every 2 hours, Bria used to wake up, so I have to up and feed her and make sure Bass sleep through the night. 2 o'clock me, 4 o'clock me, 6 o'clock me, 8 o'clock me, and then I hand over to Bass. Then go take care of the different things in the house. And no matter what I did, no matter how hard I worked, she was still tired. At times it was frustrating to me that no matter what I did, she was still tired. Because she never had to do nothing but breastfeed, change the baby. And me I'd be like, how in the world? But it made me understand more about how taxing birth and nurturing a baby is. So I was frustrated with her. I was frustrated with the fact that she's still tired. And I tried to work overtime and do so much more. I remember having to help her. And at first, I'm not telling you, she was a bit shy about me helping her with her cut and dressing her and seeing her like that. It was a joy and privilege and pleasure of mine to take care of her. And she was like, no, don't look and don't. Seriously? Okay, do it. Since you can't manage myself, do it. To think about, do it. I'm here, for better, for worse. And she had to yield, because she couldn't do it. And that brought us closer. The whole process, from conception, pregnancy, delivery, early days after, brought us closer because we had to become more one than we've ever been before. And yeah, there were frustrating moments and times where, yeah, the baby never took away anything, it added to all the stresses, all the pressures that we had before. And that at times caused tensions. But we were determined to make it. And it was a fun ride. That's pretty much it. Anything we left off, I'm sure Bass will fill in somewhere. And we had to make sure, one of the key things we had to make sure was that Mommy and Daddy but we were first husband and wife, so we had to make time for each other. As hard as it was, and that making time for each other may have included the baby in the presence, but it wasn't just about baby, it was about us and baby, and that's critical. I knew my wife in a different way, in many different ways. The whole process of taking care of a baby and how it changed me and affected me mentally, and it made me a better person, a better man, a more prepared father. It changed me a whole lot. Like, I never looked at life a certain way, and how we used to drive hard on the road, how we used to, like, there's so much more to live for. Became more aware of my surroundings, that me could be more conscious about certain things around the house. I just like different life, As soon as work done, I want to go home for help take care of the baby. As soon as work done, I want to go home for help relieve wifey. And that helped us and helped our relationship, because her having somebody there, for the man them who want this and them want that and them want a wife to cook this, that. The more I did was the more it freed her up. Not because I do this for free her up. It became part and parcel of the whole thing. But I wanted to be there, actively be there. And I wasn't able to do it how I wanted, but still, when weekends came or whatever, when I was away and I had to come in, like, I go on overdrive, even after baby born. Like, for the weekend, I just want to hold the baby, I just want to take care of the baby, I don't want to boss nothing. Me, do this, baby, just sit down, relax. I've not been here from Monday to Friday, let me do this. People often beat up on dads, and I'm not saying that there have not been reasons for that. A lot of times us as men have fallen short, straight up. Me fall short, whole heap of time. But don't think that men just don't want to be there. Don't think that men just want to do the deed but not follow up with the proceeds. In everything there are some. There are some women who this, and there are some men who that. There are some mothers who this, and some fathers who this. But give the fathers them due. Do a poem we said at an event saying, dads, we not all bad. A lot of us are marginalized. A lot of us are facing so many different forms of criticism. A lot of us are facing so many pressures, trying to be this super dad, or trying to live up to all of these expectations that not of our own, but for the whole, every man who's ever done wrong. A lot of us have to deal with all of the criticisms that are not even for us, but for our fathers who were before us, our forefathers, or our fathers' fathers who were before us. A lot of us have to deal with, until we end up with some self-fulfilling prophecies sometimes. A lot of us have to deal with, from it happening, oh yeah, but make sure you own up to it. And somehow we plan to own up to it and do it best, but when we hear all of them things, it changes us, and some of the women change too, and there's just a whole different dynamics. There are so many things. But give the fathers them due. Enough of we are trying, we are work hard, enough of we make sure we put presence over presence, and I'm going to do a piece when we talk about how I gave up my job for my family. Take a whole heap of flack for that, whole heap of criticism same way. But give dads who try their due. A dad will never be a mom. A dad will never be able to do all the things a mother does, because of the whole nature and nurture argument, and culture, socialization is key to that. We expect men to do this and men to do that, but when they were boys growing up, to when they become teenagers, to when they become young adults, to when they become men, the training in between, put them on a curve. Or we're going to expect them to wash, cook and clean when we never taught them. Or we're going to expect them to nurture when all used to tell them to go a bush. Or we make them go a road and do this and do that. We cut off the nurturing part. I recently heard somebody say that, I think it was Either Dr. Karen Carpenter or somebody said that boys and girls up until the first, I don't remember how much years in life, them basically are the same in terms of roles and everything. But then we put a curve. So to all of the fathers out there who are really trying, just keep at it. Keep doing your best. You may not get the recognition you feel you deserve. People won't really understand what's going through the mind of a father to be, and how it can change us and how it affects us, and the whole culture and the whole socialization, and how us from a boy to a man, so much happens in between that changes us from understanding the home and what the home is all about and being there. And big ups to all of the working, the hard working, the trying fathers out there. I'll tell you guys this quick. So because I was in Spanish Town / Kingston and Bass was in Mandeville, when I came on the weekends, I wanted to spend as much time with Bria as possible, and as she continued to get older and that was still happening, when I came back I had to be learning everything that was learned, or that she learned from Sunday to Friday night. I had to be trying to learn all of that. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday evening, before I leave again. And that was crazy. That affected the relationship with me and my wife. That strained it somewhat because I didn't understand it then, but I come trying to instill me in those 3 days when she hasn't been around daddy, so she don't know daddy for not even 3 days really, for the other 4 days, or for the majority of the week. And how she was responding to me sometimes, I feel like, what? I tried to overkill it with her playing and trying to give her a lot of playing time, because I wanted her to know daddy as a fun person. And when it came out to discipline, I wanted her to know that daddy don't play. And that affected us. It means some small things anyway. Can't tell them no more, it took up too much time. That's it. Thank you to all of you who subscribe, all of you who like, all of you who share, all of you who've been giving us kind words, all the support. We just aim to bring fire to the table every time. We just want it to be fun, inspirational, real and educational. And we just want to just bless somebody as you guys continue to bless us. So big up to all our supporters, all of you in the comment section, all of the subscribers, everybody. Thank you. God gets the glory. Guys, I have some special stuff coming up. It should have been for a 1 month anniversary, or month anniversary, or we love to call it. But it didn't happen. So some changes are coming to stuff from the CUFFS. Continue being a part of our family. Continue telling somebody about it. Just tell somebody for like, tell somebody for subscribe, tell somebody for share. Because guess what? Our main purpose, our main goal is to do something for you. Yeah. We're all about creating content for you. Things that are fire, fun, inspirational, real, and educational. With a change.